What's the craziest thing you've seen a parent do to protect their child? I watched my normally timid neighbor, Patricia, a 5-foot-tall kindergarten teacher, physically fight 3 armed men who tried to kidnap her daughter from our apartment complex playground. She broke one man's arm with a baseball bat, bit another so hard she severed part of his ear, and chased them down the street screaming like a banshee while calling 911. But the craziest part was what she'd been secretly doing for 2 years to prepare for exactly this moment. Patricia moved into our complex with her daughter Emma after a messy divorce. Her ex-husband Marcus had threatened to take Emma and disappear to Mexico where he had family. The courts gave him supervised visitation, but Patricia knew he'd try something eventually. So this quiet kindergarten teacher turned herself into a weapon. She took Krav Maga classes 4 nights a week, installed security cameras covering every angle of their apartment, taught Emma code words, escape routes, and how to scream fire instead of help because people respond faster. She carried weapons disguised as everyday items, a tactical pen, pepper spray keychain, a knife in her bra. We thought she was paranoid. That Tuesday afternoon proved her right. 3 men in a van pulled up to the playground. 2 grabbed Emma while 1 kept watch. They moved fast, professionally, clearly hired by someone who knew what they were doing. Patricia was on her balcony watching Emma play, as always. The second Emma screamed their code word, "Purple!" Patricia vaulted over her second-floor balcony railing. She landed hard but rolled with it, grabbed the baseball bat she kept hidden in the bushes for this exact scenario, and sprinted toward the men. The first kidnapper never saw her coming. She swung that bat into his elbow with a crack we heard 3 buildings away. His arm bent backwards at an impossible angle. He dropped Emma and collapsed screaming. The second man pulled a knife. Patricia dropped the bat, grabbed his wrist, and bit into his ear like a rabid animal. She ripped a chunk off with her teeth, spit it out, and while he was screaming, she drove her knee into his groin so hard he vomited. Then she grabbed his knife and stabbed him in the thigh. The driver tried to run Patricia over. She threw the knife at the windshield, spiderwebbing the glass, then picked up Emma and dove behind a parked car. When the van scraped past, she memorized the license plate while already on the phone with 911, giving descriptions so detailed the cops later said it was better than their own reports. But Patricia wasn't done. She put Emma safely with another parent, grabbed her car keys, and chased the van in her minivan. She followed them while on with 911, giving turn-by-turn updates of their location. When they tried to lose her by running a red light, she followed, T-boning the van in the intersection. The driver tried to run on foot. Patricia, still in teacher clothes and flats, chased him down and tackled him in front of a Starbucks. She held him down by pressing her knee on his neck while customers helped until police arrived. All 3 men were arrested. During interrogation, they admitted Marcus had hired them for $50,000 to kidnap Emma and deliver her to Tijuana. They were professional kidnappers who'd done this dozens of times. They'd never failed before. One said Patricia fought harder than some Navy SEALs they'd encountered. But here's the truly crazy part. Patricia had been preparing evidence for 2 years. She'd hired a private investigator to track Marcus's communications. She'd documented every threat, recorded calls, saved texts. She knew this was coming and had built an airtight case. The FBI found she'd been feeding them anonymous tips about Marcus's cartel connections for months. Marcus was arrested in Mexico and extradited. He got 25 years for conspiracy to kidnap. The 3 kidnappers got 15 to 20 years each. They'd kidnapped 14 children over 5 years. Patricia's preparation and violence ended their entire operation. At the trial, the defense attorney tried to paint Patricia as unstable and violent. The prosecutor asked her why she'd fought so viciously. Patricia said, "They tried to take my baby." There's nothing crazy about protecting your child. The crazy thing would be not being prepared when you know evil exists. Emma is 16 now, heading to college. Patricia still teaches kindergarten, still seems sweet and harmless. But every parent in our complex knows the truth. That tiny teacher is the most dangerous person in any room. She turned herself into a weapon for her daughter and took down a kidnapping ring with her bare hands and teeth. The ear chunk she bit off was never found. We think she swallowed it.